Okay. And I know you guys have been through this before, but a variable is a symbol, usually a letter, that represents one or more numbers. Or an unknown, okay? They call them variables because that way we can plug in different amounts to see what happens. For instance, you had a temperature problem that you were dealing with. And we said, okay, if it's 90 degrees today, and we want to represent the temperature after an increase or decrease, you know, we can use a variable, 90 plus C. C would be the change. So if the temperature goes up 5 degrees, I can put in plus 5. If the temperature goes down 12 degrees for C, I could put in minus 12. So variables allow us to make changes to one small part without always having to rewrite an expression, okay? So again, you see them for the most part in letters, okay? An algebraic expression is a mathematical phrase that can include numbers, variables, and operations. Okay, the thing that some people don't understand is the difference between an expression and an equation. An expression has no equal sign, okay? It's just an expression. If you're good in English, you know, an expression doesn't necessarily have a verb, right? So it's kind of, that's how it is in math. In math, our verbs would be is equal to, is greater than, okay? As soon as you put those things in, you no longer just have an expression. You would have an equation or an inequality, okay? So biggest thing there can be numbers, variables, operations, no equal sign. As soon as you put an equal sign in, you've no longer got an expression, okay? Because there's no equal sign, you might want to add in can be simplified, but not solved, okay? You can simplify an expression to get it in simplest form, but we can't solve anything unless we know what it equals. You cannot solve for x without an equal sign. Okay, so we have a number of words that represent our operations that tell us what to put in. Do we put in addition, subtraction, multiplication, division? So we're going to actually take a second.
We already wrote that down before.
You might have done that on your tic-tac-toe, but we have not talked about it in class. So part of getting these expressions set up is knowing what different words indicate, okay? Some of them you're really good at, others we don't use as much, so we're not so good at that. I want you to take a minute with your table groups and come up with the words that would tell you in an expression that you want an addition sign or a subtraction sign or multiplication or division. Okay, so we're looking for words.
Parentheses can also be underlined.
Number outside of a parentheses and one inside of
On the tic-tac-toe that you handed in, you were supposed to come up with a comprehensive list, and that was actually the last unit. Because we ended up changing this section. This unit,
Yeah.
I know there was another one. What? So do I.